WebSDR Radio. Hear the difference. Now the news. I'm Su Yi. The Chinese president is paying a state visit to Saudi Arabia. Xi Jinping's 4-day tour comes at the invitation of King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. President Xi will also attend the first China-Arab States Summit and the summit between China and the Gulf Cooperation Council. Yang Chengxi has more.
First of all, is of course the state visit to Saudi Arabia. China is Saudi Arabia's largest trading partner and energy buyer, with a bilateral trade volume of $87 billion last year. Second is a summit between Chinese leader and the leaders of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries. Last month, China's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates said that talks of a free trade agreement between China and the Six-Nation Group are entering a final stage. The last but certainly not least is a highly anticipated first-ever China-Arab State Summit. The substance and outcomes of this summit will surely be closely watched, as experts say that this summit is the culmination of both the historical friendship as well as a deep strengthening in modern relations.
China Media Group and the Saudi Ministry of Media have launched an initiative to promote relations between Arab countries and China through media. Government officials, representatives from media outlets, and scholars from China and 22 Arab countries attended the Chinese Arab Media Cooperation Forum in Riyadh. CMG President Chen Haixiong said in his address that China Media Group will deepen cooperation with Arab countries and practice the Global Development Initiative and Global Security Initiative. He also said CMG will make its contributions to the China-Arab community with a shared future. Meanwhile, leaders, representatives, and diplomats have attended a seminar co-hosted by CMG and major media organizations from Arab countries. They discussed opportunities for Arab countries as China turns a new chapter for development. The attendees believe that strengthening cooperation among media from China and Arab countries will help elevate ties. China has announced major changes to its COVID-19 response, allowing home quarantine and scrapping the health code for travel. The new rules allow people with COVID to isolate at home if they have mild or no symptoms. All forms of temporary lockdown measures will be banned, and risk areas will be labeled more precisely. People no longer need to show negative test results or a health code to enter most venues. At the same time, health authorities have pledged to speed up vaccination for elderly people and guarantee basic medical services and supplies. China's foreign trade volume increased 8.6% year-on-year in the first 11 months of this year. Data from the General Administration of Customs shows that exports rose 11.9% year-on-year to 21.84 trillion yuan, while imports increased 4.6% from a year ago to 16.5 trillion yuan. China's trade with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the European Union, the United States, and countries along the Belt and Road all posted growth during the period. The second phase of the UN Biodiversity Conference, or COP15, gets underway on Wednesday in Montreal, Canada. Part 1 of the conference was held in the Chinese city Kunming last year. Caroline Malone has more.
Nearly 200 countries are represented at the COP15 conference with an aim of coming up with a new agreement to protect the world's animals, plants and ecosystems. Part of that is boosting conservation of areas such as our oceans, parks, forests and wilderness. How far countries are willing to go to protect our natural world is up for debate. COP15 delegates have been discussing a goal to conserve 30% of the planet's land and oceans by 2030, known as 30 by 30. It's got the backing of more than 100 countries, but many conservationists say that's not enough and more nature needs to be protected.
A Russian official has hinted that Russia may moderately reduce its oil production given the price cap on Russian crude. EU member states agreed last week on a $60 per barrel cap on the price of Russian seaborne crude. A court in Argentina has sentenced Vice President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner to 6 years in jail for corruption. She also received a lifetime ban from holding public office. The court convicted her of fraudulent administration over irregular public works contracts awarded during her two-term presidency between 2007 and 2015. It's the first time in the country that a sitting vice president has been convicted of a crime. And that's the news. I'm Su Yi.